when we talk about maximizing power efficiency with smart metering solutions, we're going to be looking at the strategies and best practice for estate managers to optimize power. Now, if you look deep into this topic, it is more or less like you taking the responsibility of what NEPA used to do for the normal resident people or the normal public. But in some estates, we have discovered that they have started to provide a 24-hour power supply, and they have also started cultivating the habit of getting their own transformer. These are all aimed at one goal, and the goal is to provide a life of luxury, a life of peace, a life of no stress for their resident. So it is, in a way, one of the best ways to effect what they have started and what they have promised to their clients. If you look at the real estate trend, we are in a situation in a situation where the real estate companies are trying to deliver or are also delivering some of the projects that they have at hand at the moment. They are trying to deliver some of the projects they have at hand at the moment, and they want to make sure that they deliver that luxury lifestyle. So today we'll be talking about maximizing the power efficiency with smart metering solutions. This topic will go into a further trail into next week's topic, because we will be talking more about how to effectively use these things. So today I'll just be quickly talking about the introduction to smart metering solution. Now, the smart metering solution is good morning. As you come in, please kindly mute your mic. So now, if you look at, I'm trying to list the highlights. Welcome, Mr. Choi. Welcome, Miss Alima, Abdullahi, and Levi. Thank you for joining us today on today's program. But before I continue, so I would like to quickly run through the topic once again. The topic for today is maximizing power efficiency with smart metering solutions. And we are going to be looking at the strategies and the best practice for estate managers to optimize power management using a smart metering solution like prepaidmeter.ng. Now, let me define smart metering solution. Now, a smart metering solution refers to the advanced system used to measure, monitor, and manage energy consumption in a residential, commercial, or industrial settings. Now, let's say for instance, what this typically means. Let's say for instance, we have an estate. Let's call the name of the estate Mr. Levi Estate. Let's say Levi Estate. And in this Levi Estate, he has a unit of 50 units in this estate. But he has promised his residents that he's going to provide them 24 hours power supply. Now, how will Mr. Levi achieve this with the kind of current power supply that we are getting in Nigeria? Now, if we get a transformer and an MD meter, and in previous sessions we have spoken about the uses and benefits of MD meter. They are called maximum demand meter, which calculates the total consumption of a facility, of a industrial or commercial or residential setting. Let's say Mr. Levi has promised his estate of 50 units that is going to give them 24-hour power supply. The first step Mr. Levi will take is getting a transformer. That transformer is going to help him give a good power current or power grid to his estate. It means that they will not have low current with the help of the transformer. Now, attached to that transformer will come an MD meter. This MD meter is going to capture the amount of power, the data of power consumed in that facility. for the total 50 units, including its common area. For those of us that do not know the meaning of common area are like the security place, the security light, the security shed, where the service places where we have like the gyms, the swimming pools, the pumping machine, all these things are using power. But how does the estate also account for it? So we call them common area, and we attach a meter to them. Now, going forward, Mr. Levi has already put in place a power that will come from the government, which is NEPA or DISCO or EKDC or whatever it is in your own area. Now, going forward, Mr. Levi will now say that, okay, after I have been able to achieve this transformer, I need to complement, because I know that I cannot get 24-hour power supply. I need to complement this power that I'm getting with an independent source of power that I can have control over. That is why you see people use like solar panels in some estates. That is why you see some estates use diesel generator. They get like up to 500, sometimes 250, 400 kVA generator to provide power, to complement power at which they are having power from from the electrical grid. Now, when this come into play, don't forget that as Mr. Levi, you'll be paying NEPA, you will also be paying for diesel, you will also be servicing the generator for that diesel, because he is in charge of providing 24 hours power supply according to his promise for his estate. Now, he will now go a step further by employing a facility manager. Now, what's the work of a facility manager? The facility manager is to make sure that the estate is running smoothly with or without Mr. Levi's attendance on site. So let's say in a 50 estate now, they have the residents are there, they are already start living, and then they need power because everybody wants to put on their lights, they want to charge their devices, they want to watch their favorite match, they want to watch their favorite movie, they want to watch the trending movie. Some people want to be on YouTube and do other things. Now, how this works is that Mr. Levi will now go up to the extent of getting a facility manager to manage that estate. Now, where does this today's topic come in? Don't forget it. Today's topic is maximizing power efficiency, smart metering solution. Now, how this now comes into play is that there are key components of smart metering solutions that are really, really important, and I'll be listing them below. I'll be listing them now, and I'll be touching on them briefly. There are 5. Number 1 are called smart meters. Now, don't forget that I told you that when Mr. Levi opened his estate, he has 50 units. He has gotten a transformer, he has gotten a generator, he has gotten an MD meter to calculate the amount of usage from the grid in his whole estate for the 50 units. Now, how does Mr. Levi account for the diesel that he's spending? How does he know what each person or each unit is consuming to give them an accurate bill for what they are using? That is where prepaidmeter.ng comes in. Now, we sell this type of smart meters that allow the owner of a facility to account for what each unit are using in whenever they are connected to power. For example, let's say I am in unit 1 of Mr. Levi's estate and I have like 5 ACs, and somebody, my neighbor who's in unit 2 has only 3 AC. And if Mr. Levi has decided that, you know what, you people will be paying me 100,000 every month for power, that doesn't justify what I am using, because I'm consuming more power than my neighbor who is using 3 AC while I'm using 5 AC. Now, these smart meters will now give a proper, accurate calculation of what I am consuming per time. Now, before Mr. Levi can now integrate that smart meter, it would have already done an energy audit. Now that energy audit, that is one of the benefits you get when you are electronizing or when you are with prepaidmeter.ng. Now, we do that energy audit for you for free. We calculate how much consumption, maximum consumption of diesel that you can get in a particular day, the maximum amount of people in your estate, the maximum grid that you can get in a day. We will do this plus or minus and calculate it against a blended tariff. Don't forget we spoke about tariff system in our previous series. We spoke about how you can use either a blended tariff or a dual tariff. Now, a blended tariff is when you say that on generator and NEPA, I'm giving you one tariff. So when you're on generator, you pay 250 per kilowatt. When you're on diesel, you still pay that same 250 per kilowatt. Now, a dual tariff system is where you say, okay, you know what, NEPA charges me 200 naira per kilowatt because I'm on band A. I will charge you 205 naira per kilowatt because I'm paying VAT. And for generator, you'll be paying maybe 300 naira per kilowatt for generator. So that is how this metering system works. Now, with that being determined, we would have set up Mr. Levi's profile on our portal, where he will be able to set his own tariff, see the amount of meters he has in his estate, see the amount of consumption they are using. So we will now integrate this smart metering system. That means each house will have its own meters. That meter we calculate for what you are using. And now it is called a prepaid metering system because Mr. Levi has set it up in such a way that if you are buying light in Mr. Levi's estate at 300 naira per kilowatt, once you recharge, let's say you charge 50,000, okay, you charge 30,000 and you are buying at 300 naira per kilowatt, you get 100 units of kilowatt. That 100 units will be loaded on your prepaid meter. You get a token and it will come to your meter. You do the token and everything, you are using light. Once your light finishes or once your 100 kilowatt finishes, you need to buy another meter. But that money is not going to NEPA or to diesel directly. No, they are paying it to an account managed by the facility management that Mr. Levi has put in place for his estate. Now, that money at the end of the day will be taken to buy diesel for the estate to run the generator smoothly, so that you as a resident will still get 24-hour power supply, and will also be used to pay NEPA from their own maximum demand meter that they have installed to the estate transformer. It means that this is like you paying for power, but in a way, Mr. Levi has taken it upon himself to provide generator for you. And one of the reasons why this estate uses is because we don't want people want serene, quiet, peaceful estate where they can live without being disturbed by pollution, air pollution, noise pollution. You understand? So that is the essence for this. Now, going forward, one of the other things that Mr. Levi needs to do apart from the smart meters is communication infrastructure. Now, the smart metering solution rely on communication network to transmit data between the smart meters and utility companies. Like I was saying earlier, the smart meters will now transfer the data of what is being consumed to the facility management. You understand? This can be done with RF, can be done with PLC. You understand? The next stage or the thing that Mr. Levi needs to put into place is called data management system. Now, this data management system is how to collect and store data of the energy consumption. Okay, you are complaining that my light is finishing on time. Why is my light finishing on time? You understand? So Mr. Levi can now come up and say that, okay, you know what, this is how you'll be using your light. Maybe you should reduce your ACs, your this, your that. The reason why you'll be able to get this consumption is because he has integrated the smart metering solution. Now, the number fourth thing is the user interface. Now, the user interface is where the user have an app where they can recharge seamlessly, generate tokens seamlessly, load their lights seamlessly. Whenever they even want to check their balance, they can check it seamlessly. And all these are very, very possible. 100% possible with prepaidmeter.ng. Going forward, we also have to consider the last stage of this process, which is called the advanced analytics. Now, some smart metering solutions leverage advanced analytics techniques such as machine learning and predictive modeling to analyze energy consumption data and identify trends, opportunities for optimization. Now, what this simply means is that if you look at some estates, we know that most people are accustomed to trying to do what's it called, bypass. Now, you can follow up on this trend, understand what these people are doing. You can see why is this person not buying light for over 2 months. You can easily detect with all these advanced systems. You understand? So before I continue today, I would like to also, before I continue, I would like to also speak on one of the things that we need to also know, that challenges in traditional power management. Now, the challenges in traditional power management are the reasons why companies like prepaidmeter.ng come into place. Now, the traditional power management that we used to know is that NEPA will just come, they will give you an accumulated bill. Some people are still doing it. They will tell you, they will give you an accumulated bill. In fact, the revised way of doing that traditional power management system is when they now say that you will send me money, send me 50,000, I will load your meter automatically. You understand? Some people will even send you token. They will tell you they have vending hours. If it is past Saturday, they are not vending anymore. You understand? These things are the traditional way of managing power. But with the smart metering solution that prepaidmeter.ng is providing, you do not need all that. These things can be done seamlessly and easily. You understand? They can be done is the admin of the estate. We can see the current details. You can see the current amount in which they have in their threshold. They can see the recharge pattern of each resident. They can even restrict some, in some estates we have people who are not compliant to the estate fertility laws, to the other utility bills. They can use this tool to make them compliant. You put them under a category. You put them under a role, or let me say, you put them under some kind of suspension in which, if they do not comply, they cannot use power. So that is why this smart metering system is a very, very important technique. It's a very, very important things that real estate development need to incorporate in their development. You can imagine an estate where you have over 50 people, and then it can be very difficult to manage people. You and I both know that it can be very difficult to manage people. But how can you manage these people seamlessly without no pressure, without no error, without anything? It can be done very, very easily through this smart metering system, which people like prepaidmeter.ng are providing. Now, going forward, let's also talk about the strategies for optimizing these power efficiencies. Now, one of the strategies is by working with people like prepaidmeter.ng. Now, what we actually do is make sure that every penny, every power that is being used in your facility is being paid for in such a way that you are not running at loss whenever comes. You are not running at loss when you need to pay for diesel. You are not running at loss when you need to do other things in your estate. When it comes to terms of utility vendings, the other bills, you understand? So these are the things that the we as people, or some people here have joined from our affiliate marketing platforms. These are ways that the real estate development in such a way that is, maybe it's an industrial setting, a residential setting, a commercial setting, and incorporate and utilize these things. Estates are no longer depending on NEPA. People are no longer depending on the NEPA, as we used to call them, for power anymore. Some people are using inverter, some people are using solar, some people are even using gas. But how can you, when you are providing this as a service to a group of people, how can you capture that you are not running at loss? How can you even capture what each person is using at a particular time? That is where we have the meter.ng. Now, we have also incorporated some smart and nice IoT integrations and AI-driven analytics that will help our users, both the admin and the edge users, have free access. They will do work easily. They will be able to operate within the estate easily. They'll be able to, get their data for power easily. You understand? They'll be able to get all these things easily. So finally, before I conclude, I would like to open the floor for questions. If you have any questions at all, please, now is the time. You can raise your hand and then you'll be passed the mic to ask the question. Please, if you have any question, kindly ask now. Thank you. If you have any question, kindly raise your hand. Okay. We do not have anybody raising their hand. That means we do not have any question. So going forward, okay, Onayemi Sulola is raising their hand. So please,
all right. Can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Yeah, yes, good afternoon, everyone. So a quick one. Can you do a rundown on the 4 or 5 components you mentioned? I remember you said in the smart meter, the data management system, the user interface. There's a fourth one. I didn't get that.
Okay. All right. So first of all, we have the smart meters. Yes. The second one, we have communication infrastructure. Now, the third one is we have the data management system. The fourth one, we have the user interface. And the fifth one is advanced analytics.
Correct. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. Very good. So thank you for paying attention. So we, in proceeding, and let me use this opportunity to kind of like round up this session. So I'm going to use this to say that when you see an estate or a group of community, there's a market that you can tap into, and this market is just by reaching the right people. Now, who are the right people that you're supposed to meet? They are like facility managers, admins, real estate developers, CEO of real estate companies. Some of you have connections with these CEOs of these real estate companies. You have connections with the facility management company. You have connections with realtor groups, that are developing. You have connections with developers. Now, and they have promised in their plan for their estate, we are going to give 24 hours supply. Yes, it is possible. Some people wonder they are lying. No, they are not lying. Most people just don't know the process or the nooks and cranny on how to accomplish these things. It is very, very possible. And it is existing that even nobody will be running at loss. You will live in an estate comfortably without even owning a generator, and you still have light. So it is very, very possible. All you have to do is reach out to these people, tell them you have a free. The best part of this is that prepaidmeter.ng portal is a free management portal for estate to use. We are giving it out for free. You just the only thing that is being we charge for is the wallet funding. We charge for wallet funding. When you charge your wallet, you charge at caps. Even if you charge at 1 million, at caps it should be around 500 naira. So If you are charging your or you are recharging your bill at cap, it should be around 500 naira, even if you recharge 1 million. So we have designed a way, and we are still working effortlessly, like working hardly to make sure that they have the services we are providing, the values are increasing by the day. We are adding more values, we are adding more updates, so that everybody in the estate can have a seamless. One of the updates that we have added is the visitors management tool. Now, for example, you are living in an estate, and you are looking at having guests coming around to your house, and your guests are at the gate, and they say that you should call security. You are calling the security line, is busy because another person is calling, and your guest is there, unless you are expecting a delivery and somebody is coming. What we do with the prepaid meter app, what we have integrated in that visitor management section, is that as a resident, you can generate a code for your visitors, for your staff, for your domestic staff, for your deliveries to come directly to your doorstep with ease, with so much ease. What do? You go to your app, you go to the users and visitors management section, you generate a code, you put the details of the people that are coming, so that the security can use that code to verify these people that are coming in. They get the verification, they approve it, and they accept them into the estate. So you will just be you just be surprised that your visitor is coming because I already given them the code, and they say, Madam, I'm at your door, go, come out through the door. Do you understand? That is how that works. We also have another feature that we have embedded in it, which is up NEPA. You can actually know if you have light in your estate, even when you are not at home. Some of you say, let me call this person. Do you have light? Do you have light at home? You can actually know, even in your community, you can know if you have light in your community before getting home. So all these kind of things are things that we are integrating into this app to give the residents, which is our end users, an easy lifestyle, the luxury that these real estate developments have promised in their project. The promise that they have given to their clients, to their prospect, that don't worry, we have a seamless, we give you that smart living home that they promise, is what we have integrated into the app. So that is why we have created an affiliate group that allows people to reach out to these real estate facilities, to these real estate developers, to this facility manager, and say, what, you know what, I have this tool that you can use for free. They can sell you meters. Even if you have meters there already, they can incorporate. Yes, we onboard meters. If you have an estate that are already using a portal and they are not satisfied with the portal, we can onboard them at a very, very cheap rate. We can onboard them, we bring them on board, they start using our app for free, and everybody's good. And then, for you doing that, you get a commission of 100,000 naira. That is how it works. So that is me trying to. So let me just quickly summarize the topic for today, and then we open the mic again for questions. Don't forget, this is the first edition. Okay, let me use this opportunity to say Happy New Month to everybody. Today is the second day of the month of May, and this is our first property management series for the month of May. And then we are also looking at today's topic is maximizing power efficiency with smart metering solution. We are looking at the strategies and the best practice for estate managers to optimize power efficiency using smart metering solutions like prepaid meter. And I introduced smart prepaid meter solution. I defined smart metering solution. So I'm going to quickly run through that again. Now, smart metering solution is an example of when you in your estate you have you have already installed transformer, or you are trying to provide 24-hour power supply. But the smart meters will account for each unit in your residence, in your facility, in your industrial section, in your residential section, or be it industrial section. The smart metering solution is the advanced system that is used for measuring, monitoring, and managing energy consumptions in your facility. So we also spoke about the key components of smart metering solution, which include the smart meters that will help you to calculate what each unit is consuming, the communication infrastructure between the smart meters and the portal in which you are using to communicate with it. We also have the data management system. This data management system is how you can manage the data of the estate, the power consumption, everything. All boils down to even the accountability of the funds that's being generated by the meters. So, or by the users are paying. The first one is user interface. We have a friendly user interface where the users can easily recharge for power seamlessly, buy power seamlessly. They can recharge their token seamlessly. We also, our smart meters also come with prepaid. We will have a keypad that they can use. You understand? This keypad, you can recharge. You don't have to go to your meter to recharge. This keypad, you can use it to recharge your token from maybe like, let's say 100 meters or 30 meters away from your meter. The other thing, the final one, is the advanced analytics. This advanced analytics is where you get readings of the total consumption against individual consumption. The admin, this is more useful to the admin. Also, it is also useful to the users as well, because as a user, from our app, you can see your daily consumption, you can see your monthly consumption, weekly consumption, and so on and so forth. So all these have been the topic we've been talking about. We also spoke about understanding the power efficiency. We spoke about the challenges of traditional power management, which is, they can give you inaccurate and inefficient power distribution or inaccurate billing. You know what? Everybody should pay 30,000. Whereas I'm using 3 ACs, my neighbor is using 5 AC. He's supposed to be paying more than I am. But that is how they have designed it to be. But there's a better way to do it, and that is why prepaidmeter.ng is here. So that brings us to the end or conclusion for today's session of our property management series. If you are not yet in our affiliate group and you wish to join our affiliate group, I will call this number that you can reach out to, and and definitely you will get a response in order to join the affiliate group. I'll be calling the number now: 070-1743-4087. I'll go again: 070-1743-4087. So this is the number to reach out to for any inquiries about prepaid meter. If you have any questions, maybe you have an estate that you are talking to and you feel like you need a professional advice, or you need me to be on site, or any of our team members to be on site, we can be there. We will be there for you. We will represent you, and at the end of the OG, you'll be credited with your commission. So it's an opportunity for everybody, and also give the word out, share the word, and I believe that we can all benefit from this offer. So thank you so much for today's participation. I want to give a special shout out to Alima, Follow Do Promise, John Cross, Mr. Onayemi, Mr. Buba, Mr. Levi, and Mr. Segun. Thank you everyone thank you. You're welcome, sir. Mr. John is responding. So if you have any question, kindly raise your hand and I will attempt them, I will answer them, and then we'll proceed. If you have any question, kindly raise your hand. Thank you. Okay, good. I guess we do not have any question. So, like I said, this brings us to the end of this property management series, and I will implore you to join us next week, because next week is going to be another wonderful session.